that kind of ease. Obviously, a lot of players do that sort of thing nowadays, but he's, you know, up there with being able to be credited with having a kind of influence on that playstyle.
That's kind of interesting you say that, because when I used to compete in this game myself, if you guys don't know, I kind of used to play this game myself. Chickpea used to be a light main, and he used to be in a team with Lamp, and he was a top dog for sure. If not one of the best, if not the best light player at the time, season 1. But we're going to be going straight into the action. Looks like we are going to have the church in the middle of the map here. And both teams looking, oh, no. It's going to be BURTS going straight for church. So they're going to have that height advantage over everything, as they're going to be trying to see where the other team is. And it's just going to be taking their time. I do think they have scoped out. I think they have a good idea over the enemy team is. And just like that, they're going to be taking the zip line, and they're going to be closing the gap, and they're going to go straight into the fight. No, they are going to be, they got to engage in the next building. And there you go. The fight has started, as we got Swacko's division right now. Has the RPG out. He needs to hit this to get this first engagement, as he's looking for this, but no luck yet, as Quattro doing a good job, which is kind of disengaging, touching the vault. They know they don't have that height advantage, so they kind of just leave. But the hook is on point, as Swacko's gonna be the first one getting eliminated. But Z also doing a good job getting that pick, and it should be a free rest, and that's gonna be a first win for BURTS.
That it is, and Swacko taking the casualty there for the team. Seemingly, it was like he stepped on a landmine. You know, that C4 went off right underneath his feet, or maybe it was an RPG. Either way, something big and explodey hurt him, and it was a good thing that Z and Chickpea were there to pick up the pieces, because they did so admirably. Now, this first cash out in the open in front of the church, very difficult one to play with if you're in a kind of normal game of, you know, 3v3v3 or even a 4-team cash out, but here, you know, the location of these cash outs doesn't matter desperately in terms of like going to steal them. It's more about the terrain around and where those engagements are going to take place. Now we see BURTS maintaining the high ground for the time being, and they dunk on top of them, get that hook in. In fact, no, that's the hook of Quattro's squad that comes good. Z very hurt, backing on up, leaving the rest to Chickpea. He does hit the defib there, very successful, and it's just the heavy, it seems, of Vega left standing. Swacko enough after that defib to secure the kill, and that will continue their control of cash out A for BURTS.
Wow, and just like that was down to the wire. They could have gone either way. That defib literally won them the fight, because Chickpea literally died for getting that rest, and Swacko managed to clean it up. Swacko doing what he does best. I've been playing with him since season 1. He's been rocking the same exact thing every single time. That heavy shotgun, and you can tell he has a lot of practice, because he barely misses any shots. But I do got to point out, before that fight started, I'm not sure if it was a grenade or an RPG that ended up hitting Quattro squad, but that kind of just won them that engagement. They hit that explosive very early on before the fight started, and it's just full on engage. And they were rewarded for that, as once again they're kind of just sitting on height, and this is gonna be BURTS free cash out. Even if BURTS gets full wipe, it's just not enough time for Quattro to steal here, and that's kind of one of the deadly things about this cash out. It's kind of out in the open. Ooh, look at Chickpea, just sitting in a corner. He does get spotted out.
Vega found him and dealt a hefty amount of damage to him, but it looks as though the rest of BURTS are diving on in and going to clean this up. Last one standing is the heavy. Once again, Swacko, they're doing the heavy lifting at the end of the fight. And it's another wipe, and BURTS are 1-up on cash outs right now. 10k in the bank, and they will head pretty freely towards Vault 2.
Pretty freely indeed. And notice how Swacko's not even going to waste his time reviving his teammates. He knows they're going to be back in time. There's no need to waste your time on that. It's more important is just touch the vault and try to get control of the map right after. I would imagine they're going to go take that zipline all the way up to the crane to kind of just see what's going on. Or maybe not. They got a different eyes. Let's see. Oh, but look at Chickpea. Completely separated from his team. But his job right now, he's just trying to get as much information as possible. But it can be scary, because the enemy team Quattro, it looks like they're going to be riding. They're taking a risk.
Yeah, they are.
They're hoping that BURTS goes to B. They're hoping that they're going to get a first pick here, and they actually might be rewarded. But
I think
BURTS
they're
is
waiting
doing a good job. Yeah, exactly.
They're going to be waiting for the next jump pad to get straight at B. I think they see the jump pad, and that's given them away. So the whole of BURTS look like they're ready to engage on this, hitting big damage already. And one of the mediums has been split off from the rest of the team. Vega is split off as well. In fact, this looks like BURTS should be able to clean it up if they find... In fact, they do. They want all of their ones there, leaving the cash out box behind just for good measure. That will cost them a few seconds on the objective. But yeah, wow, Quattro Squad really... unfortunate that they left that jump pad out in the open, because that was what gave the game away.
Yeah, no, that jump pad unfortunately was it. They had a very sneaky, and I think they could have gotten away with it. But you're right, that jump pad literally gave them away. It's like saying, like holding up a sign saying, "Hey, I'm here, shoot me here, throw grenades here, RPG me here." And that's exactly what BURTS ended up doing, and they ended up winning that fight very convincingly. And again, going straight up to height, and that's what Monaco is all about.
Where are they? They spawned back in. Did they get a really close spawn or something? I literally haven't seen a pink health bar on my screen. Obviously, we see it as Sueco sees it. So there we go. He gets the idea. Z gives him the call. Down in that courtyard. Quite far from the objective, but of course there is still plenty of time on the clock for Quattro Squad. They need to contest this cash out, though. Otherwise, they will be taking a swift exit from Monaco. A 2-0 deficit. So this slow approach, especially along the range, I'm not too sure I like it. You know, no one here is really equipped to be fighting at range. We've got shotguns all round in this lobby. Early dome doesn't even land where they want it to. I don't know. I don't feel too good about this engagement. Here comes, again, an early jump pad. And I'm just looking at this. I'm thinking BURTS are going to be able to control this fight very easily. They, in fact, split up. One goes directly back down to the point. They're leaking resources here, Quattro Squad. Finally, they get into a spot where they can get that push going. They land an RPG. Here come the shots. That shotgun is just not going to do enough damage at range. Z does go down. Lotus taken out, however. Chickpea is last... No, sorry. Lotus won that fight. No, he did go down. He's gotten defibbed. Oh, it's chaos. Down goes the final member of BURTS, as sometimes the finals just do be like that. Here comes the steal. He's going to keep Quattro Squad in the game.
No, definitely super chaotic there. For a second, I thought BURTS was winning that fight too. They were doing a good job disengaging. Notice how as soon as Quattro ended up closing the gap, BURTS literally just jump headed out. But the thing is, when they jump headed out, they kind of got separated and they got picked. And Quattro, beautifully done. Props to them. They ended up, that was a rocky start. They missed their bubble. But having that double RPG gives them a lot of flexibility to get that early damage in. And just like that RPG putting in work, as Vega's going to do a good job getting that first pick. Maybe looking for a second, but is going to get picked out. Lotus, last man standing, not going to be able to do much. But hey, this fight is not the end of the world, right? The vault hasn't even started yet. They still have a lot of games to play here. We're going to be going into the third cash out of the tournament.
I think I just saw Lotus on a FAMAS. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I feel like I just saw Lotus on the FAMAS. So that's an interesting one that I didn't catch earlier. I don't know if it was a switch mid-game. I don't think they can do that, so we'll see. Either way, the cash out, like you say, in control of BURTS, and they're heading over to D right now. Is that in the forest or are we in the house? We are in the forest. So, again, another forest objective. So we'll see if Z and Chickpea and Sueco can control the high ground a bit more effectively this time around, as that seems to be the way they want to do this, despite the fact that we may have that FAMAS on the side of Quattro Squad now.
Yeah, that is an interesting choice if he is using that FAMAS. I do want to point out...
Oh, wait, no, it's double heavy. We got double heavy.
Yeah,
It must have been a shotgun. I didn't even spot that. Okay. Wow.
I was about to say that. For the first time, it looks like they have their own meta. We do have a double heavy medium pick, which used to be a season 1 meta, almost a season 2 meta as well. And it looks like they're going back to that, and they're going to go straight for this deal. And they're going to hold it, and they're going to be successful. But the fight has started. Both RPGs not doing any damage. That was a good place bubble by Sueco. And the hook, that's a very good hook as well. But he needs to win that 1v1. Sueco is going to do a good job of winning that. And it should be BURTS team fight to win. And notice how BURTS took the time. They knew Quattro was stealing, but they didn't rush into the fight. They didn't freak out. They said, you know what? It's okay if they steal it, because we can still re-engage and win the fight. And that's exactly what they did.
Tubbs has logged into the game. Hi, Tubbs. Yeah. I feel really bad for missing the double heavy thing now. That's like really important that they are bringing this double heavy. It's just that we haven't been used to seeing double heavy because there was a rule against it for a while, and now there's a rule against double specializations. So we haven't seen like a charge and slam heavy in donkey's years, and this is unprecedented. In come Quattro Squad for one final attempt. This is what it's riding on right now. This final fight. Double dome shields down. Up goes the cash out there, though, whipped into the jump pad, and that might cause enough chaos for them to come through on top. Ilmander does stick the defib on one of his heavies, but he goes down. Now it's all up to Vega, charging through, doesn't secure it. BURTS stand tall and will take the map.
Just like that, that's going to be a nice victory by BURTS. A lot closer than what I thought, to be honest. I did think it was going to be a 2-0, so Quattro fighting back for sure. If they are going to go for the same comp, I want to see Quattro go for a last-second steal. That is why Heavy used to be banned, because you will literally wait for the last 10 seconds, and because they're just so tanky, they can just eat so much bullets and you just have enough time to steal. I would love to see that coming in from Quattro. At least attempt it one time, just for the pure entertainment, honestly. Might not be the best play, but I just want to see it.
Since then, we've had, like, the introduction of the winch as well. Makes a huge difference. Not just to the heavy that is attacking, but also defending the point. Because, you can pull that stealer or the cash out away from the defensive point or away from a steal. So it does kind of mess with the maths a little bit on those steals. We don't see them nearly as much as we used to, but yeah, of course, double heavy does bring its own kind of challenges. I haven't gotten a clean enough look, but based on those health bars, I think we are sticking with it. Vega, once again, being the charge and slam heavy, while Lotus is on the hook, and in we go. First dome goes down, and the engage comes through, but only from 2/3 of BURTS. The rest stay put, and unfortunately, it does look like, well, Vega's just been brought up. We are flashbang. Chickpea and Z and Sueco still all up. And in fact, down goes one of them. The fight is being brought down onto ground level right now. Defib comes out. And that is a successful fight for BURTS. Didn't get to see how much... I was very confused by that fight. The long and short of it is, BURTS are all alive. Quattro Squad are all dead.
So see right there, he ended up winning his 1v1. He has a scar. So... for the F card. So for the first time in this tournament, we see something different. And if you remember that 1v1, he absolutely melted Vega. Vega didn't even stand a chance. Vega even shot Z first, but because Z was in a distance position, he was far away. He literally just got tickled. He just laughed off the damage as he completely melted Vega, and that kind of just what won them the fight there as well. So very interesting to see having his own meta, right? It's Vegas, and he said, you know what? Everyone's using models, but I know that Scar can still be, the F car can still be, has a lot of power, and he's definitely showing that out as they are going to get control of the first cash out. I'm moving kind of quickly as we have Quattro's finals are already going for maybe a sneaky steal or a bait, but they're kind of just taking the time as the elevator's just going up and down.
I think that glitch barrel caused a bit more confusion than they were hoping for. Obviously, it triggers the lift to turn on and off. Here we go. The jump pads come out. The domes both come out at the same time. Whether that was intentional or not, we're not too sure. That hook brought him forward, and he is dead now. Vega taken out as well, and it looks as though BURTS are slowly rolling this towards victory. Of course, when it comes down to a war of attrition between these two sides, you only have one player on Quattro Squad with the defib to be able to outlast these kinds of fights. And, they want these fights done quickly, but I'd like to say BURTS swapping onto that F car, it's going to draw these fights out. It's going to force them into the open. And it's going to make it a really challenging situation for Quattro Squad to even find a handle on this game, if you ask me, especially when it's Sandstorm Vegas.
And look at this. BURTS actually predicted this spot.
Whoa!
They're going to be
look at this!
It should be a nice free win for BURTS if they play this correctly. And Swagger going to get the hook in as well. But he's by himself. And, it's going to be Vega just like that. Just deleted. BURTS are going to win that. And that is very important to note. That is just map knowledge. BURTS understanding that there's only 2 spawns in that cash out. and they took the risk. They took a prediction, and they just sat in a corner and got rewarded for it. That was just an amazing play.
It was gorgeous. It was so well played. And, you know, if anything, Quattro Squad are lucky it wasn't an even quicker wipe than that against them, because they threw down some dome shields that happened to cut off lines of sights behind them that I don't even think they were aware of. So, yeah, BURTS doing some fantastic positional play there, just in the moment. You don't necessarily plan for that. That's a really nice in-the-moment tactic. Or maybe they do. Maybe they're just that ahead of the curve. So, we have the second vault tapped successfully, and Z just in his new role with this F-car peppering shots towards Vega. And Vega can't do anything about it. He doesn't want to spend a dome or any resources. This zip is up, which is causing an interesting dynamic between the two sides. It's a bit of a chicken game. They decide to take the long way around, head over the archway. Yeah, they could just go towards B, to be honest, couldn't they?
It does look like they are going to go towards B, which is, obviously the safer play. Why jump into 2 heavies, right, when they're already set up, when you could just go across the map and just kind of set up and... Oh, see, getting a lot of value from the Scar, playing from a big distance. Notice how he's separated from his team, but he's still a part of the team fight. That's the value that an assault rifle can bring into this game, as Swako barely surviving, but he is going to be winning that, and BURTS once again convincingly winning, and they're going to go back to C. They got what they wanted.
It was very nice positional play, and also Chickpea managing to get the entry frag in that on his one. It was smart. They sort of baited Quattro Squad forward and had that jump pad preset to say, as soon as we see them crest the horizon, we dive. And it was very, very good. It worked perfectly. Some very, very nice plans. Now, Quattro Squad with only one real chance here to kind of keep themselves in the game. Behind a map and behind a cash out, we're going to listen in to what they're saying.
Is at least
Come with me.
I guess you wanna zip up and pad?
Yeah, we have to. So maybe bien go. Okay, I'm gonna go, and we pad on it. Okay, if I can have one, okay, I cannot. Come with me.
He has it,
Okay. I guess they're just gonna leave.
Yeah, of course.
Come left, drop left. Come inside. We're gonna only have one try here.
Cool.
I bubble here first, you have to zip pad. On the right side, okay?
I don't have pad.
Okay, let's wait. How much time?
Pad soon. 3, 2, 1, I got it.
Okay, go for zip.
Special delivery.
Pad? Alright, I got fucked up by pad.
Yes.
Alright, in we go with what could be the final fight, and some calm comms preceding a very hectic engagement. Lotus does find a sneaky pick, but he can't win the one! Unbelievable! And that will probably be it. Quattro Squad taking so long. As we heard over that final fight, they needed to get it right, and they just didn't. And look at that. Chickpea sending up some fireworks to celebrate. Congratulations to BURTS for, unless something ridiculous happens right now, making their way through to the quarterfinals. Or semi-finals, rather.
Exactly. BURTS going to be winning that very convincingly. And, that was a very interesting comms that we heard there from Quattro. They actually were very calm, cool, and collected. They were in a situation where they understood it.